try it, hey?
We're not videoing. We can't say anything. We can't talk.
Yeah, you can. You can start questions. You can't talk to each other because I'll hear you. Everybody will hear you. It's like a mute button on just you two. Okay. So, we need 2k values. How are we going to find those 2k values? By forming a quadratic using k, setting the discriminant equal to 0, because we know that this line only has one intersection point, so the k value is 0 at that point. But there's two solutions, that will give that. So, we therefore we know that this equation, y equals 2x plus k, we can replace y up here. So, I'm going to underline that and underline that and write replace y in the circle equation with 2x plus k. So we get x squared plus bracket 2x plus k squared equals 4. And you can see already we're going to get a quadratic equation with k in it. Because I'm going to square this bracket, that's going to give me a k squared. Okay, so this is where this one gets different to the parabola. So, I'll expand that over here. 2x plus k squared equals 4x squared plus 4kx plus k squared. You can check that if you want. I did that quite quickly, but all I've done is firsts, outers, inners, lasts, and put them together. Yeah? I didn't go through each step because I don't think I need to do that here. You know how to do that. Okay? This bit, remember, you've got 2x times k plus 2x times k. When you put them together, it makes 4kx. Okay? So what do we therefore get? We get x squared plus 4x squared plus 4kx plus k squared equals 4. And if you want to just underline that from there to show where it's come from, do so. So all I've done between that line and that line is expand the bracket. Okay? Cool. Now I'm going to simplify that lot together. So we get 5x squared plus 4kx plus k squared minus 4 equals 0. Remember, it's a quadratic equation, so I need to make it equal to 0 in order to solve it. Right. So I've got A equals 5, B equals 4k, C equals k squared minus 4. So this is the point at which it starts getting a bit confusing. So what are we trying to find? We want the value of k that means there is only one solution to this equation. Okay? And that will therefore mean that this is a tangent. So we set the discriminant equal to 0. Okay, so the line will be a tangent. When discriminant equals 0. We must find the values of k that make the discriminant 0. So we need b squared minus 4ac equals 0. So we've got 4k in brackets squared minus 4 times 5 times bracket k squared minus 4. I need that equal to 0. So all I've done here is take my b value, which is 4k, substituted in. That's just 4. Take my a value, which is 5, substituted in. Take my k squared minus 4, which is my c value, substituted in. Okay? What is 4k squared? 16k squared, good. Easy to write that wrong. You'd be amazed how many times I see people write 4k squared there. Okay, 16k squared minus, I'm going to do this in 2 steps because again it's easy to get that wrong. 20 brackets k squared minus 4 equals 0. So we've got 16k squared minus 20k squared plus 80 equals 0. And then let's just put those two together. Minus 4k squared plus 80 equals 0. Okay? Hey? We could divide it by 4 and yes, that would, because it's one of these, you could just move the 80 to the other side, divide by 4. I would suggest though just type it into graphics calculator. So A is minus 4, B is 0, C is 80. Okay? And then use your graphics calculator to solve it. You've got a graphics calculator, why not use it?
Also, is that supposed to be like a quadratic?
That's quadratic, it's just got no k in the middle, hasn't it? Yeah? So you know it's a perfect square. Actually not a perfect square, sorry. A difference of 2 squares. So when we put it into our graphics calculator and equation solver, we end up with k equals 4.4721, or k equals negative 4.471. And now we've done all the hard work. Now it's easy. So, at this point, we now need to get the context back in. That was just some fairly academic maths, I guess, theoretical maths. But let's go back to the context. I'm going to rub this lot out. And let's redraw the picture. So, our picture like this.
I'm not on the title to.
And now we know that this is y equals 2x plus 4.4721. And this is y equals 2x minus 4.4721.
Are we supposed to draw it again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
My drawings are terrible. Oh, sorry.
And if I remember rightly, we wanted all the values, or all the possible equations where the line parallel to y equals 2x minus 3 crosses the line twice. Is that what we wanted?
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is we want all the values on that side and that side, don't we? That's what we're looking for. Well, how do we get those? When we drop this number. So we're looking for all the values where k is less than 4.4721, because that's the top side, but more than negative 4.4721, because that's the bottom side. So the equation for all the possible lines, that cut the circle twice is y equals 2x plus k where k, and I'm going to put this minus 4.4721 is less than k. Hello James. How you doing? Thank you. And k is smaller than, and I've run out of space on my board, 4.4721. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? There's a lot of stuff in there to forget. It's actually all quite easy when you think about what you're doing. It's very step-like. The trouble is you end up with a quadratic equation to solve a quadratic equation. Yeah, so it gets quite tricky in your head. But I think what I want you to try and keep doing is think about what you're doing at each step. Understand the steps, know why you're doing them, and then it makes sense. That's why I've tried to set it out really clearly for you. Okay. What we're going to do today, the work that I set for you last Thursday and then realised that was harder than I wanted it to be because it didn't have parabolas in, and I went and wrote a load of parabola ones. It's all about circles. So I want you to do that now. Okay? So go back to, get your Chromebook out, get all your device, and try that. I will hit pause on this.